a number of instances, whether it's the Orlando shooting, the Paris attacks, and now this one, his first instinct is to talk about himself, his policies, to see tragedy as a validation of what he's been saying. Is that healthy for a presidential candidate to do that?
Well, look, I know the media live on Twitter, but most Americans see what he does on a weekly basis, which is he gives policy position speeches. I mean, he's been out there just in the last 2 weeks, John, talking about defeating radical Islam, middle-class tax relief, law enforcement, communities of color, the rigged, corrupt system that is the Clinton enterprise. And so he's out there actually taking his case to the people. What did Hillary Clinton give a speech on this week? Not energy, infrastructure, economy and jobs, Obamacare, defeating terrorism. She talked about him. He's talking to the voters about issues, and she's talking about him. And that is just a remarkable contrast in the way these two individuals are running their campaigns. And so I think people should look at the full measure of the man. They should look at his plans to defeat radical terrorism, to help our inner cities and also all Americans, and contrast it to Hillary Clinton, who, you know, this week I think elevated insults into an art form, and frankly, has left the Democratic Party that I grew up with, whereas, you know, the Democratic Party, where her fear and loathing is a big, big way away from hope and change.
What about Donald Trump called her a bigot? Is that the campaign's position? Is that something he's going to keep saying?
Do you see what Donald Trump is called by nearly everybody in Clinton world, including many of her supporters in the media, before he gets out of bed in the morning? I mean, this man has been called everything in the book. Insults routinely hurled at him. People think it's funny. They put it on their Twitter feeds, even though they're supposed to be objective journalists. And so he turns around and says, basically, that her policies have left people behind. And the policies that she would continue would not help many of the people who still feel like they don't have the same opportunities, the same education, the same economic upward mobility that other people have been able to leverage, and that they deserve the same. And so, you know, pardon me if I can't get all exercised about name-calling when Hillary Clinton gave an entire speech this week about name-calling, not about the issues. We have no idea what she would do on Obamacare, which is failing everywhere. Tennessee just this week said that exchange is failing as well. That would be number 17 by my count of the 23. Obviously, major insurers pulling out of the exchanges. Obamacare looks like a failed experiment. There are millions of Americans who don't have coverage that need it. We don't know what she would do about economy and jobs. We have no idea why she calls ISIS our, quote, determined enemies rather than terrorists. She calls, speaking of name-calling, she referred to pro-life Republicans as, quote, terrorists, but she doesn't refer to terrorists as terrorists. I think that's very troubling.